These are probably the most famous four notes in musical history. The opening measure of a symphony written by Ludwig van Beethoven when he was 38 years old. The Fifth Symphony. When he wrote that, Beethoven was already almost totally deaf, which is why some musicologists and romantic biographers interpret this as a desperate cry for help, an insistent knocking at a door that was being closed on Beethoven forever. Less romantic historians, however, allow the genius of Beethoven to speak for itself without embellishment. Although nothing can add to or subtract from Beethoven's achievements, these famous four notes have a rather ordinary source. They are still heard today as they were when Beethoven was a boy in the woods and meadows of his native Germany, performed by the original composer. The opening notes of Beethoven's famous Fifth Symphony are, in fact, the mating call of an ordinary bird, the emerling. Today, at London's Royal Academy of Music, an extraordinary story is unfolding. 18-year-old Evelyn Glennie is studying to become a professional musician, despite the fact that she is profoundly deaf. She cannot hear the music she studies. For instruction, she has to read her teacher's lips.
The C now is sounding slightly flat.
Once she's found the correct tone, she has to remember the exact touch she used.
Because of the technical problems involved there, you actually rushed a tiny bit. It's getting slightly heavy, it's getting pulled back a bit. Just keep the drive absolutely going.
When Evelyn applied here, many of the faculty doubted a deaf person could succeed as a professional musician, yet she is determined to master all the percussion instruments.
That's much better. Why don't you do the entire first section, all pianissimo? Try the whole thing, because it really will, I think, will be much, much more effective.
You just learn to distinguish all these different vibrations. For instance, if I play from about here downwards on the marimba, I would feel it maybe from my waist downwards. And if I play further up with harder sticks, I would feel it through the stick onto my tips of my fingers and maybe on my face and hair. And you just learn to distinguish these noises.
As a small child, Evelyn showed great musical promise. By the age of 12, however, it was clear she was losing her hearing. A doctor explained the condition was incurable.
He said that, oh well, I'm afraid Evelyn has just got to go to school for the deaf in Aberdeen, and that sort of she wouldn't be able to play music anymore. And that was it. It was my father who actually said, well, as long as you're managing, you just keep on the way you're going. And I just accepted that. Stay at an ordinary school, keep playing music. I mean, you'll just come to the problems when you come to them. And you'll just deal with them when you come to them.
At London's Festival Hall, a small but discriminating audience has gathered to hear Evelyn perform. If her performance meets with their approval, it will be an important step toward a professional career.
Your Excellencies, Ministers, my lords, ladies and gentlemen, will you welcome Evelyn Glennie?
though she cannot hear their applause, in her silent world, it is a joyful noise. In New York City, a percussionist named David Van Tieghem makes music wherever he goes. Despite appearances, Van Tieghem is a serious composer. His works have been performed in Carnegie Hall and at the Olympic Arts Festival. The focus of his art is transforming ordinary sounds into music. Van Tieghem's accumulated instruments are the basis for a unique performance. Working to a pre-recorded rhythm track, he begins by playing a plastic film can. Van Tieghem is able to extract a subtle mix of sounds from a half-full vodka bottle. His music is improvisational and impulsive. Because he uses everyday objects, Van Tieghem calls his performances the soundtracks of his life. There's one law that no one can break and get away with it: the law of gravity.